Well, a very good afternoon and welcome, fellow students, to our special lecture. My name is Dr. Seward. Our guest speaker will be arriving here very shortly. Now, we are very lucky to have the world expert in rare diseases of the blood, Professor Abraham Van Helsing, MD, D. Phil, D. Lit. Try that again, Charlie. MD, D. Phil, D. Lit. But first of all, the rules. Older students, no wandering off and leaving the younger students behind. Younger students, keep an eye on the older students, and if they get scared, you might want to hold their hands. Good preparation. Now, we shall be walking around the grounds, so please do follow and keep up, because you really wouldn't want to be left behind on this adventure. Make sure you keep belongings with you at all times, especially dogs. And you might want to switch off or turn to silent mode all the mobile phones and pagers just for the next couple of hours. I'll sort you out. You think I'm joking? But most importantly, stick together. Now, we live in a new age of science, where everything that can be questioned can be explained. Talking of which, I have some questions here for the professor. All I need now are 4 volunteers. Thank you very much, man. That was very kind of you to volunteer there. Lovely. Excellent. Oh, and one over here. Thank you, sir. That was very kind of you. And final one. Yep, up here. That's lovely. Thank you very much. Now, I do hear that the professor will be talking to us on the subject of a new disease. Vampirism. You're really not getting this, are you? Vampirism! Lovely. I've not heard of it myself, but we have some questions and I'm sure we'll get some wonderful answers from the professor. Fellow students, I will keep you waiting no longer. Please make lots of noise. Give a lovely Whitby welcome to Professor Abraham Van Helsing!
Thank you very much, my friends and students. I'm very honoured to be here. Now, what I'm about to tell you is shocking, terrifying, yet it is, I regret to say, true. There lives in this world of living, breathing men and women a creature that is dead, yet still lives. The Nosferatu, or vampire. When it bites, it leaves infection behind, turning its victim into a blood-sucking monster like itself. It knows no fear. It knows no mercy. It only brings misery and death.
Oh, Professor, this is incredible. Remarkable. Unbelievable. I mean, surely such a thing as this cannot truly really exist. I mean, come on, where is your proof?
Ah, friend Jack, I have trained you well. Always proof. So, throughout the history of man, from the four corners of the world come strange stories. In ancient Rome, a blood-sucking monster. In China, a forest man with fangs. In Scotland, a cannibal family. And in the Carpathians, a cursed creature, the vampire!
The Carpathian Mountains of Eastern Europe?
Yes, my friend, the very same.
I have a friend, Jonathan Harker. You'd know him if you saw him. Some people think we're twins. I don't see it myself. Well, he's going to a castle in that region. Some local noble is buying some property over here, and he's going over there to have the contracts and deeds signed.
May God protect him.
Oh, yeah, indeed. Anyway, moving on. We have some questions for you, Professor, which we hope you will find interesting. Nice and loud, question number 1, please.
How do you know if somebody's a vampire?
A good question, and the signs are there if you look careful. The vampire hates the light. You will not see him eat or drink. His teeth are sharp and his nails. Oh, at night, he can change his shape to wolf or bat or dog.
No idea what time the train is, so you stay here and I'll go and find out.
Dear diary, such excitement, joy and sadness. First sadness, as my dear fiancé Jonathan leaves today to begin his long journey to the land of Transylvania. Then joy for the money he will make will allow us to marry. Finally, excitement, for I shall be holidaying here in Whitby with my best friend, Lucy. The time will fly by until my dear Jonathan returns.
Ah, my own dear love. I thought I had missed you.
My dear husband-to-be.
Oh, writing, I see, as usual. I don't know what you find to record. Nothing exciting ever happens to us.
Not to me, perhaps, my dear, but you are about to begin the adventure of a lifetime.
Well, I'm sure it'll just be tedious travel and boring business.
With that in mind, I have some gifts for you. It's a journal of your own, so you can write down your adventures, and then you can share your memories with us when you return. I'm sure our dear Dr. Seward, our American friend Quincy Morris, and darling Lord Arthur will want to hear all about your adventures. Honestly, my dear, the four of you are so alike you could be brothers. The similarities are remarkable.
Yes, it has been said before. I don't see it myself.
Here is a portrait of me, and here is one of dear old Lucy.
Now there is an incredible resemblance. Like sisters, only the hair marks you apart.
And the nose. Wouldn't you say I have a prettier nose?
Oh, I don't know. They look exactly the same to me.
Really? Are you sure? Why don't you look again, darling?
Oh, yes. I see it now. Your nose is much prettier, my love.
Good. Poor Lucy. If only she could decide which of our friends to marry. The clever doctor, the gallant American, or the dashing lord. Perhaps by the time you return, she would have made up her mind.
Perhaps, my dear.
Will all passengers for the Continental Express steam packets Dover please board now? Get your tickets ready for inspection. Last call for passengers.
Oh, the train, my dear. I must go. Thanks for the present. I'll be sure to write as often as I can, and I'll bring you back a surprise. Farewell, my love. Mwah.
Last call for passengers.
Farewell, my love. Be careful. Ooh, right soon.
Goodbye, England, Transylvania. Here I come. Dear diary, my journey has begun. Although our train travelled hundreds of miles, it seemed only moments before we arrived in...
Dover, this is Dover. Will all passengers please make their way to the steam ferry?
The sea was mercifully calm, and our crossing most pleasant. There wasn't a cloud in the sky to trouble us. As we made our approach to...
Calais, passenger pour Paris, allez au plateforme 2. Plateforme 2.
Day hurried into night as we sped on. I glimpsed strange shapes out of my window as we passed through the silent countryside, until at last I saw the welcoming lights of
Paris, passenger pour Berlin, allez plus vite, au plateforme 3.
And so we went on. Night turned into day, day turned into night, until time and place blurred into one.
Berlin, hier ist Berlin.
Then,
Vienna, hier ist Vienna. Beastly for Transylvania und Tobacco Pass. Good luck with your business.
thanks awfully, old chap. It's a mixture of German, Slavic and Russian, with a touch of Turkish, thrown in for good measure. But no one speaks any English at all.
Englishman! Englishman!
except one.
Welcome to our town. Please do follow me for rest and refreshment. Come quick before dawn.
Oh, thank you, madam. Could you help me with my trunk, please, as it has all my things in it?
Yarko! Yarko, come in here, Susan! This is my son, Dracula. He will help. He speaks little English, but he is strong. When he was a child, just 7 years old, he saw something at night, a terrible creature he will never forget.
And how old is he now?
8. Stay in best hotel, the Golden Krona. You sleep and then you go through Borgo Pass. Already this letter has arrived for you today. Come quick, make no delay.
Perhaps we should do as we're told.
Banana?
Thank you for your assistance.
Banana?
Perhaps we should follow your mother.
Ah! Banana?
That is really odd.
Are we nearly there yet?
Banana?
Welcome to Golden Krona Inn. Very handy for railway station.
Yeah.
Please, to sit. This letter arrived for you today. Please to read.
My dear friend, welcome to the Carpathians.
Ah, Carpathians!
I am anxiously expecting you. My carriage will bring you to me in the morning in a few hours' time. I trust you enjoy your stay. Your friend, Dracula. What a lovely man. Do you know of him, Count Dracula?
Do not speak his name. He is evil. Nosferatu. You must not meet with him or go to his castle. He is dead.
Are you sure we're talking about the same chap? I mean, could there be two Draculas?
No, there is only one. God save us. He is legend here. When children are bad, mothers say to them,
If you are bad, Dracula come for you at night.
and straight away child is good.
Banana!
My son Diego wished to sing you a song that children sing to warn you. Listen.
Oh, thank you.
The walls of Castle Dracula have stood for many a year, and stories of its own that bring us misery and fear. And people, when they visit it, they tend to disappear and are never seen again. Don't you go to Castle Dracula? Don't you go to Castle Dracula? Don't you go to Castle Dracula? You'll get it in the neck. Transylvanian peasants used to live without a care. That is to Castle Dracula become a vampire's lair. Now if you ask them to go out at night, they wouldn't dare. They would not be seen again. Don't you go to Castle Dracula? Don't you go to Castle Dracula?
That's right.
Don't you go to Castle Dracula? You'll get it in the neck.
Thank you for your rustic entertainment. I'm sure I'll be fine. Now, as I need to leave in a few hours, I think I'll turn in.
Please, Englishman, there is great danger if you go. But if you must, take this to protect you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Wear it always, never take it off. Promise.
Of course, I promise.
Ah, good. Sleep well, you will need to be strong. The beds are very comfortable at the Golden Krona. I hope you enjoy your stay. Little soaps for you to steal.
Don't you go to Castle Dracula?
As we traveled through the forest, we were followed by a large pack of wolves, whose howling still haunts me. The coachman didn't speak all the way here, and then he showed me to my room, which is very old-fashioned, and before I could thank him, he disappeared. It's nearly midnight, I think, and I've not yet met my host. I am anxious to conclude my business here as quickly as possible. I feel that this ancient place holds a terrible secret. But I have your picture to look at, which comforts my feeling that I'm being watched again.
I bid you welcome, Mr. Harker, to my house. I am Dracula.
Pardon, sir. No, my lord. No, your grace.
You may call me Count. You have pictures.
Oh, yes, yes. This is my fiancée, Mina, and her friend, Lucy.
Ah, they are so young, so fair, so full of the blood of life. Is that what you say in English?
Suppose you might do.
You will teach me. I need to know all I can of England. You have papers for me.
Yes, I have the contract and details of purchase and deeds. Everything you ask for.
Good, good. I will sign these. Then all is ready. But my friend, I neglect my duties. You must refresh yourself. Please do so.
Actually, I think a shave would be a good idea.
Then I shall leave you, my friend. Ah, my friend of Earth, this castle is old and in some places unsafe. Do not leave this room.
Of course not, Count.
We will return.
Behind you. Behind you. Look behind you. Oh my God. Look behind you.
I'm so sorry, Count. I didn't see you in my mirror.
What is that about your neck?
Oh, this? Now, this was a present from a peasant woman. Do you like it?
Please, hide away such badges of superstition. They have no place in my home. Take off that cross and hide it.
Of course, Count. Sorry.
It is very well, my friend. We both have much to learn. So whilst you are here, do not venture outside these walls.
Why not?
The wolves, the children of the night. Such sweet music they play.
Yes, I can see that.
Their fangs and claws are sharp. Also, you will not see me during the day. I prefer to work at night. If you do leave this room by day, whatever you do, Make sure you return by dark. Stay here. Do you ever write letters, sleep? The time shall soon pass.
Ah, now talking about that, Count. When do you think... here a month now, and I now know I am a prisoner. I do not believe I will ever leave, for I have seen too much. A few nights ago, I thought I heard a sound outside my window, and when I looked out, I saw the Count climbing down the wall like a giant bat. And then I saw him disappear into the darkness. I've seen him go out every night since. Why? I do not know. But he must be up to no good.
Oh, my friend, you look tired. You must rest. I have come to tell you I have to go away for a short while.
Why can't I leave? I've done everything you asked.
Soon, my friend, soon.
Why not now?
There is so much more for you to see here.
I want to leave.
You know you cannot leave here. Goodbye.
I will find a way to escape. If only I could find a door. There must be a way out of here. Arrived in Whitby. A round of applause. Smashing. Thank you to all my helpers. You're in the right place. I'm not.
Oh, dear diary. So much has happened since my dear Jonathan left all those weeks ago. First, our holiday in lovely Whitby has been a great success. My best friend Lucy is engaged to marry the dashing Lord Arthur. Oh, I know, but poor Mr. Morris and, well, Dr. Stewart, they're heartbroken. But the big news is last night's terrible storm and the strange events that followed. A ship, the Demeter, has been forced onto the beach here, and all of its crew must have been washed overboard. All apart from the captain, who tied himself to the wheel of the ship and died there. Terrible tragedy. The ship was carrying a cargo of boxes of soil, and the only survivor of the voyage was a black dog who leapt from the ship as it struck the beach and ran off into Whitby. Poor creature. It must have been terrified. It has not been seen since. My dear Jonathan's letters, when they arrive, are full of strange fears. He seems to be scared and unhappy, but he will not tell me why. I wish he would hurry home. Terribly sorry. Is that your...
Ah, there you are, Mina. Any word from Jonathan?
Nothing. Not a word. He wrote so often, and now nothing. I'm worried, Jack.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be fine. No news is good news, as they say.
You are such a good friend. I was very sorry to hear your news.
What's that?
You know, Lucy, Lord Arthur.
Oh,
Married.
that. Oh, well. All's fair in love and war, as they say. He's a good chap, that Lord Arthur. Dashing. Handsome. I wish I had his looks.
Ah, Jack, when I got your letter, I came straight away by train. There is something strange here. A story of the storm and the ghost ship. Oh, please forgive me, my dear lady. I haven't introduced myself. Professor Abraham Van Helsing.
Professor Van Helsing, yes, Jack speaks very highly of you. My name is Mina.
Ah, Miss Mina, who is to marry Jack's friend who is in Transylvania.
Jonathan Harker. Yes, that's right. How do you know?
Our friend Jack and I, we write often. He tells me of his friends and their adventures. But tell me, you have letters from your Jonathan?
Yes.
Oh, good.
No. Well, I mean, he wrote to me very often, but I haven't heard from him in ages.
Ah. And in his letters, all is well with him?
Yes.
Right, good.
Well, no. I mean, he's scared and unhappy, but he won't tell me why.
Ah. Well, I'm sure it is nothing. He's away from home and misses his Mina.
I'm sure that's it, Professor. I'm terribly sorry. This is very rude of me, but you see, I'm late. I'm meeting Lucy. We're supposed to be having tea. Thank you, Professor. Very nice to meet you.
You too.
Thank you, Jack. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Jack, when Miss Mina mentioned Lucy's name, you looked sad.
Lucy is the girl I mentioned. She is to marry my friend, Lord Arthur.
Ah, Jack. Do not look sad. I have just the thing to take your mind off it. Remember that talk I gave on vampires?
Yeah, all rather far-fetched, isn't it?
Perhaps, perhaps not. Now, in your letter, you mentioned a ship, the Demeter, driven ashore. The crew vanished. The captain, tied to the wheel, dead, and the dog which ran off.
Terrible tragedy.
More than you think. And on the ship, boxes of soil. Odd, is it not?
Why odd?
Oh, I bring soil all the way from the east to England, where already there is much soil.
I have no idea, Professor.
And the captain, tied to the wheel and dead. But how?
Yeah, that was strange. And not a mark on his body. Except for 2 small holes on his neck. Well, that's what the doctor told me.
So this you did not tell me before. It is as I feared. There is a great danger come to Whitby. Friend Jack, I need your help. Go and find out what has happened to those boxes of soil.
Very well, Professor. I'll see what I can find out.
Hurry, Jack, hurry! Before it's too late. Oh, no. It seems my worst fears have now become realized. Think. My friends and students, you're here! Now, if you're here, then I'm imagining that you must have escaped from Transylvania. Please answer my questions. Did you go, as I addressed you, to unfollow Jonathan Harker?
Yes.
So have you been to Transylvania?
Yes.
And did you go to Castle Dracula?
Yes.
So have you seen Dracula?
Yes.
What did he look like?
Yes.
It was very scary, you see. It was very... What else? What was he wearing?
He had a black coat.
He had a black coat, yes? Yes.
Red glasses and a very creepy look. He kept on going.
Yeah, all right. So in a black coat, red glasses and a very creepy look. Oh, but who are these so young and in love? Do I have the pleasure of addressing Lord Arthur Helmwood and his fiancée, Miss Lucy?
You do indeed, sir. And who might you be?
Professor Abraham Van Helsing.
Oh, Professor Van Helsing. Jack's always talking about you. You're the one who believes in those awful blood-sucking creatures.
Oh, you mean politicians, my dear.
No, my dear. Jack told me all about them. Horrible creatures that feed off the living.
Oh, you mean bankers.
No, my love. I can't remember now. It was a strange word.
The word is vampires.
Yes, that's it.
But my dears, I disturb you as you walk.
Not at all. A pleasure to meet you, Professor. We were just taking in the evening air. Will you join us?
Oh, I'd love to, but I've so much work to do. Oh, please forgive me if I
Of
don't.
course, it was a pleasure to meet you. You must come to tea.
Oh, yes, I'd love to. Well, good day then. Good day.
Alone at last. You have made me the happiest man alive. If only it were our wedding day tomorrow.
Oh, it will come soon enough, my dear, and all of our friends will be there to see it.
Talking of which, our wild American friend, Quincy Morris, arrives by train today. We'd better be there to meet him. We'd better hurry.
You go ahead, my dear. I'm going to stay here, record my thoughts in my diary, and plan our special day.
You and Mina are always scribbling away. So alike in so many ways.
But I have a prettier nose.
What's that?
My nose. You see, my nose is prettier.
Oh, yes. Your nose is much prettier, my love. Well, you write in your diary, but don't stay here too long. The evening air is drawing in. Don't want you catching your death. I mean a chill.
Oh, dear diary. What a day it has been. I still cannot believe I am to be married. Huh? Poor dear Jack cannot hide his disappointment, and I'm sure Quincy will be just as sad, but I am very happy. A strange thing happened last night. I woke from my sleep, with a strong feeling I was being watched, and then just like that, there was a bark from the window, and I looked out, and there was this great black dog, and it had red eyes, and it was staring up at me.
Good evening, dear. Pardon me for disturbing you.
Oh, terribly sorry, sir. I didn't see you there in the shadows. Oh, it's a little cold. I should head home. Thank you. Goodbye.
You are Miss Lucy.
Yes, I am. But I have not met you before, I don't think.
I have just arrived after a long journey. My name is Dracula.
I have a friend visiting a castle, Dracula. Perhaps you know it.
Indeed. I am very sorry, but I am very tired and hungry.
Well, you must come to tea.
I don't drink tea.
Coffee? Perhaps how exotic?
No. Permit me a custom of my land. When friends meet, they kiss and they cheat.
Oh, no, we don't do that here. Terribly super strange, but no, thank you. Goodbye.
Come, my dear. What harm could it be?
None, I suppose.
Don't be sore at me. I ain't sad. Why, Lord Arthur, he's a good man and a fine friend. Why, there you are, Miss Lucy, and having a nap. Now wake up, Miss Lucy. It's your good friend Quincy Morris come from America to see you. Now, come on, Miss Lucy. You wake up now. Why, you're as cold as ice. Now, you wake up now, Miss Lucy. Come on now. Why, you ain't hardly breathing at all.
Stand aside, foul fiend! Leave this poor girl!
You, sir, are a madman. And I will protect my friend.
This cross, it does not distress you.
No, it comforts me.
So you are not a vampire.
No, I'm an American.
Well, are you the American friend to Dr. Jack? Is it a Quincy Morris?
Sure is. And you must be that Dutch professor fella he talks about.
Yes, that's right. Oh, but my friend, we forget this poor girl.
Oh, yeah, Professor. I think she's caught a cold.
I fear it may be much worse.
Man flu.
Quincy, something has attacked her. Look how weak she is. Take her home as fast as you can.
Okay, Professor. Come on, Miss Lucy. I'll take care of you.
Hurry! Hurry!
Lucy, dead and buried. Lord Arthur and Quincy Morris heartbroken. And why you should bring us to a dismal place like this, I have no idea.
Dismal, but necessary. And where is Lord Arthur?
Outside. Watching for what? I don't know.
Where is Miss Lucy?
In heaven, I hope. And her remains lie here.
You sure?
Of course, I saw her buried.
Please inspect the coffin.
Just as I saw it. Wait a minute, that's odd. The lid's loose.
Open it.
You cannot
My
read.
dear doctor, do as I say, I insist.
Very well. Well, this is madness. Professor, it's empty. Her body's been stolen.
If only that were true. But I fear it's much worse.
Worse than body snatching.
Vampires.
Come on, Professor. Lucy died of a cold.
Think, friend Jack, the mark on her neck. Like the mark on the captain of the ship. Her body drained of blood, you say, and now she's gone. She will return, mark my words.
Where is she now?
She is feeding. Look, there she is, dead but undead.
Lucy! What?
The cross!
Okay. Now look here, Lucy! This really won't do. You have been very, very naughty indeed.
No, cross! What do I say? Back to your coffin now. Down! Down!
Lucy, a vampire. How can we save her?
My friend, we cannot save her, but we can bring her peace.
How?
Here's one I prepared earlier. Here I have Quincy's knife.
No.
There! She is saved! Now we may close the lid.
Thank goodness that's all over.
This is not the end. This is merely the beginning. So we can track down and destroy Dracula, we must.
How can we find him?
My friends, you have the answer. Remember you told me about the boxes of soil from the ship?
Yes. They're to be stored at Whitby Abbey and then distributed to different locations around England. Tomorrow.
Then we must hurry. Go and fetch Lord Arthur.
Right.
And Miss Mina.
Okay.
Oh, and the American chap.
I'll see you at the Abbey.
And you, my friends, you have already escaped the vampire's evil clutches. You must help me now. I'm going this way, everybody. Follow me! Follow me!
So far, no sign of Dracula, but we have found some boxes.
Excellent, excellent. Miss Mina, please be very careful. Dracula has already taken Miss Lucy and well, I'm afraid that, I'm afraid that next he will come for you and your blood. Lord Arthur, I charge you to look after this precious treasure with your life.
Of course, Professor.
I must leave you now, I'm afraid. I have to find Quincy, and I still don't know where Jack is.
Good luck, Professor.
Good luck.
Arthur, have you done what the Professor asked with the boxes?
Oh, yes. We tore open the boxes and then poured holy water on the soil.
Good. Now the vampire cannot lie in them and he will have nowhere to hide.
Then I will have revenge for dear Lucy. Now I must take you to a place of safety, dear Mina. And we must take these good people with us. We are now going to the crypt. Keep your eyes and ears open at all times on the journey. We don't know who or what is about. Make your way up the steps as quickly and as safely as you can. Keep you from harm's way and all that.
I will be quite safe, dear Arthur. I'm brave enough to face this alone. Your place is with the others, destroying the vampire sanctuary until he has nowhere left.
I must admit, I have felt a little left out.
Well, then go and join your friends. I'll stay here. I'll be safe and strong.
Thank you, Mina. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
Quincy! Quincy, yes. Are you there, old chap? Look, here you are, chief. I took this whole long.
Dear Diary, as the light fades over the Abbey, I write these few words. I still have not heard from my Jonathan, and though I try to be cheerful, I fear I shall never see him again. Oh, how I wish I were a man, so that I too could track down the monster who has taken my loved one from my side and drive a stake through his heart. If I were a man, I would track down this Count Dracula, and I would ask him what would
Why don't you ask him now? Your friends are fools! The boxes they have found are decoys. My coffin has already left Whitby, and by sunrise I will be safely hidden away. I am too clever for your professor. And your Jonathan is no match for me.
Where is Jonathan?
By now his blood has already fed my bride, and he has become a vampire, feeding on the blood of others.
You devil!
what to do with you, Miss Lee. Your friends will soon return. They think they have defeated me. You will be the next in a long line of vampires. Soon, all of England will be my slaves.
Never. Not while one of us lives. Ha! Ha! Ha!
Make me a castle, my lad. When friends meet, the kiss on the cheek.
I hanker, you hellspawn, and prepare.
You, Jonathan, but how?
Excuse me, I've got lives to save. I escaped your foul castle and made my way west over the hills and through the forest, with only one thought on my mind, to find you and end your power.
You cannot defeat me.
Oh, yes, I can. On my journey, I learned of your kind and your weaknesses. Put my love on the cross for everything you've done in this earth. I condemn you to hell. Count Dracula has met his end. He won't be back, we swear.
You're free now to enjoy the ruins. The vampire won't be there.
We hope that you've enjoyed our play and won't be filled with dread.
But one last thought before you go.
You can't kill the undead.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you've been an absolute fantastic audience. The best Monday 2 o'clock audience we've had. If you'd like to find out more information about the story of Dracula or Bram Stoker the writer, then as you can imagine, Whitby is steeped in history about it. There's plenty of information in the museum, and of course, the book is on sale in the shop.
We will be performing this again today at 4 o'clock, and we'll be back for Dracula over the summer season as well, starting in the 3rd weekend of July. We'll stick around now to say hello and take pictures, and there will be a falconry show starting literally now, just across in the field.
If you have enjoyed the show, then you could always leave us some nice comments on the Whitby Abbey Facebook, Twitter, or TripAdvisor pages. That would be lovely, and then we'll be able to pick them up. Thank you very much for being a lovely audience. Have a good day.